You may have heard of wall Pilates, but are you a doer or a hearer only? Hi, my name's Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who have started to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. After 30 years of public school teaching, I can't tell you how many times students would tell me, I already know it. I heard that before. But unfortunately, knowing and doing can be two completely different things. Did you catch my video a few days ago? A few days ago, I did a video about wall Pilates, and we talked about how it checked 3 of the 5 boxes for better brain exercises. Okay, so if you haven't had a chance to look at that, it's still on my Facebook page, or you can find it on my YouTube channel, Keep Your Brain Sharp, and check it out there. But today, I wanted to go and talk a little more about the deep connection between exercise and brain health, and why wall Pilates can be a great choice. Okay, so let's first talk about exercise in general, all right? So research is telling us that when it comes to your brain, regular exercise encourages neuroplasticity. Now, what neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to reshape itself so that it can adapt to whatever the situation is, adapt to what it needs to adapt to, okay? You may have heard me talk before about the book, The Boy with Half a Brain. And in that book, it talks about a little boy whose half of his brain was removed, but the rest of his brain, the half that was left, was able to become whatever it needed to be to allow him to function as a normal person. Astonishing, true story. Okay, so with regular exercise, it encourages that neuroplasticity, okay? Another thing that happens when you exercise is that you increase your oxygen flow. The oxygen to your brain actually increases, okay? And so that means you're going to have a better ability to remember things. You're going to have more self-control. You're going to have more flexible thinking. So it just gives you, that extra oxygen just needed to make your brain function better. There was a study in 2023 there where they talked about after 1 year of looking at people that were regularly exercising, how they could see improvement in their blood flow and also a reduction of the risk of cognitive decline. Okay, so that's another reason why exercise is important. Another thing is that it improves your sleep. They say that physical exercise is one of the very important factors in determining the quality of your sleep. Some people even say it is the main factor, the level of your physical activity, okay? But whether or not it's the main factor or just a very important factor, it is a factor, regular exercise, okay, so if you want to improve your sleep. We're also talking about, again, improving our memory. They say that regular exercise helps sharpen your thinking. It helps your memory because exercise increases your BDNF, your brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a protein that actually increases your cell growth in your brain, your neural cell growth, and also the survival of those cells, okay? So that's going to automatically help you with your cognitive thinking, your cognitive functioning, okay? Exercise will increase that BDNF so that you can be better at brain thinking, all right? It also decreases or blocks out pain. It releases chemical messengers, they call them neurotransmitters, and it releases some of those endorphins, which are chemical messengers that actually block out your pain. In fact, I remember I had an elderly neighbor years back, and she used to get up early in the morning and go out to her garden. She had a garden in her backyard, and she would work for an hour or so in her garden. First thing every morning. And I asked her why, and she was like in her 80s. And I asked her why, or I don't know if she's in her 80s, but you know, I was younger then, so I assumed maybe she's in her 70s, but I think she's like 70 or 80. But anyway, I asked her, why do you do that, you know, every morning? She says, because it helps my arthritis. She says, if I get out there and I get moving, I'm not in as much pain throughout the day. So she already had recognized that exercise releases endorphins that can help reduce your pain, okay? All right, not through yet, because another thing that happens with regular exercise is it can reduce your stress and it can improve your mood. And some of you probably already know that. You feel better when you exercise. Once again, those chemical messengers release, you know, that those chemicals that give you that pleasurable feeling. You feel better. It reduces your cortisol levels, and also it helps you enhance your feeling of self-confidence, self-control, self-esteem, and even your feeling of accomplishment. And so it gives you those positive things that boost your mood, okay, with regular exercise. It also helps manage mental health symptoms. There's a study also to 2023 where they were working with people that had bipolar disorders, ADHD, they had anxiety, you know, mental symptoms like that, where exercise significantly helped them manage that, okay, with regular exercise. Do you notice how I keep saying regular exercise, okay? Because I'm not talking about hit it and quit it. I'm talking about consistent, okay? And I know that that can be very challenging with a lot of people staying consistent, because especially as our body ages, we tend to start talking about things that we used to do. I hear people all the time talk to me about what they used to do, okay? And my question is, okay, that's wonderful. I know you're older now and whatever, you know, life goes on, what things happen, but what are you doing now? Just because you can't do, maybe you can't do exactly the same things that you used to do, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You still need to do some form of exercise, and maybe wall Pilates could be something that will work for you. It may not be the same as what you used to do, but any exercise is better than none, okay? So why is wall Pilates such a good choice? Number one, it's low impact. And we know that a lot of people have physical challenges and they can't do, you know, really strenuous stuff. Well, wall Pilates is very low impact. It also is very low cost. It couldn't even be no cost, because guess what equipment you need? The wall. Okay, and I know that you can find a wall to prop yourself up against. Okay, so it's low impact, low cost. The only thing you really truly need is the wall. All right. Also, it can be tailored to suit you. It's not a competition. You're not competing against anyone else. Slow pace. You're doing it at your own pace. You can even do it in pieces. Break it off into pieces. Do a little bit, few minutes here, do a few minutes there. You don't have to really carve out an hour and a half for it. You can make it fit into your schedule, okay? And because one of the mottos is, if you feel pain, stop. Don't be pushing yourself past trying to do something. Don't be trying to push through some pain. If you feel pain, stop. It might be a little discomfort, could be okay, but if it starts to hurt you, stop. Okay, therefore, you can have fewer injuries, okay, and less soreness with wall Pilates. So those are all good things. Plus, this focus includes mindfulness, so it's a chance to take your mind off of the things that might be rushing through it all day long or whatever, and have you center and focus on just what you're doing on the moment, okay? Mindfulness, and also deep breathing. It encourages you to practice deep breathing as you exercise, and those are good things for your brain. But also, wall Pilates addresses your balance. There's exercises for that. It addresses your flexibility. There are exercises for that. And it also addresses strengthening. Those are 3 of the 5 things that you need in your better brain exercise routine, okay? And so if you just practice wall Pilates, you're going to be hitting 3 of those right there. So those are all very, very, very good reasons to at least try it. How does that sound? It sounds like something you may want to do. And guess what, guys? You know that I have my Partners Club, okay? It's a monthly membership program where every month I target a certain theme and we work on that for 30 days, okay? And coming soon, we're going to be working on exercise, and of course, included in part of the exercise is going to be wall Pilates. I got 2 books, guys. It just came in about a week or so ago, and I'm already into doing them, and so I'm going to be ready when we get into that topic, okay, which is coming within the next month or so, okay? So, if you're not already a member of Partners Club, this is a great time to get on in there and to start subscribing and become a member, because to celebrate my new and improved website, still called keepyourbrainsharp.com, but it has a new look, okay, same purpose, but it has a new look, and hopefully it's more user-friendly. I am offering for a limited time a discount on the Partners Club. So I'm leaving the link there, guys. It's keepyourbrainsharp.com. Okay, you're going to go to the coaching section and scroll down. You'll find Partners Club and see what that's all about. Hopefully you'll be interested in it, and you will get a big discount on it for a limited time. So go there and check that out, because your brain's destiny is in your hands.